Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. You're on my 13-mile commute home, already in progress. Welcome to the show. So yes, I called in sick yesterday. My wife was sick Friday and Saturday, and then I picked it up on Sunday, and then I stayed home yesterday trying to kick it. I'm just really freaking tired today. Just can't focus. A little nauseated. I think I might have lost my sense of taste on Sunday, so maybe I got a little COVID action. So hard to say. But in any event, that's why there was no show yesterday, and we're going to do the best that we can today. So, oddly enough, though, I've got a whole plethora of things to talk about for a change. The first one involves an actually pretty funny story. So, I was in my office area, and my wife was in the living room watching Plex. And I don't remember what she was watching, doesn't matter. And there's this music playing. I assumed it was on the TV. And she's like, "Are you playing something back there?" And I'm like, "No." I said, I just assumed that was from the TV. And she goes, "I don't think so." And then she hit pause and the music stopped. And I'm like, "Sounds like it's on the TV to me." And so she's like, "Huh, that was really weird." Started watching TV again. And a few moments later, hey now, Alex J. Lopez. A few moments later, this music started playing again. And I'm like, "That's not on the TV. It sounds like it's on the TV." And she goes, "No." And she hit pause. The music for like just a few seconds, then it shut off. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What's going on? No clue. So I'm like, "I don't hear it." And she's like, "No, it's gone." And I'm like, I don't know. So I walked out there and I'm trying to see if I could figure out maybe one of the Google Homes was freaking out. I don't know. But I mean, it was clearly music. And she's like, "All right, whatever." And I said, "Just turn it back on. Let's see if the music starts playing again." So she's about to turn the TV back on and the music just starts blaring. And we are fucking clueless. I mean, it is like Ghost Story fucking 101 in the living room. And I'm like, where the fuck is that coming from? It's loud, plain as day, and right in the living room. And so we figure out finally, because it plays long enough this time, it's coming from my movie frame. Remember that movie frame that I built to have all my movie posters rotating, sitting in the living room? There's music playing over my frame. On and off. Just at random. Little bit. And I'm like, how the fuck is it doing that? Well, first off, it's the big one, right? So I've got two of the frames. The little one's in my office, and it has no audio capabilities. But the big one in the living room does. But I've never heard audio out of it before. And so I'm thinking to myself, how is that possible? How is that digital poster in the living room playing music? So I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if when I set it up, the QR code was visible in the video and somebody used it to attach themselves to my frame and randomly upload music or something. Wouldn't that be a fucking scream? But it's asleep. The frame is asleep. It's not like the frame was turned on. It wasn't off, but it was asleep. And that's why we didn't figure it out. I mean, it wasn't even on at the time. So now I'm all paranoid that somebody's fucking hacked my movie frame and is dropping fucking random music in there. And that would be very clever, because the whole point of that QR code in this movie frame, for those of you who didn't see it, is so that loved ones, so you could send one of these frames to grandma, right? And then you would, before you send it, you would snap the QR code so that you could send grandma fresh pictures of the grandkids. But what if you had that QR code and you just sent movie files? and they dropped into the folder with your photos, right? And just 2 or 3 seconds at a time on rotation, the music just started. So now I'm like freaked out that somebody's got the code. I need to get into my frame and shut off Wi-Fi, or at least, figure out what happened. And of course, for those of you who've been following along with the photo frame story, the remote isn't working. It comes and it goes, and we don't know why it is, but we did find out that you can replace it with a no-name remote, and that works all the time. Of course, I can't find the no-name remote, so how the fuck am I going to get into this frame? Well, I also remembered that you can hook up a keyboard, so I hooked up a keyboard. I got in there. There are no disparate music files anywhere on the system. So what the fuck is going on? So now I'm thinking like this grandiose conspiracy theory, right? That these machines are from China, right? They're wide open. Random people can get at it. Thank God there's no cameras in it. And people just like they take remote control of baby monitors and fuck with the kids and the parents and stuff. That's kind of what I figured was going on. But the music hadn't restarted, and it wasn't anything spooky. It wasn't somebody playing fucking Jason music in the background or anything like that. And longer story short, it does have Bluetooth capability. So apparently, now at first I wasn't sure. I mean, how could somebody get connected to your Bluetooth without it coming up with a passphrase or something for you to type? Oh, those Chinese, those savvy little devils. The Bluetooth was turned on, and I'm like, how could that be? So because I had the remote for the other one, I went over to my other machine, my other movie frame, and I turned it on, brought up Bluetooth on my phone, and there it is, WT215 or whatever it was. Hit the button, boop, connected right up. So if you happen to have one of these movie posters, feel free to shut off the Bluetooth, because unbelievable. And I'm assuming that it was my neighbors or something, somebody in range was just trying to hook it up to their speaker, their phone or something. They were probably just as fucking puzzled as I was. Like, how come I'm not getting music out of my speaker? It's because you were connecting to my movie frame, asshole. So anyway, that was that could have gone a lot different. So I'm glad we figured out what it was. We figured out how to turn it off. There were no weird music files or any other weird files on my frame. But take note that if you get one of these movie frames, disable the Bluetooth, because there is no authentication required to get connected. So I guess that's why a lot of the security people around the world are blacklisting Bluetooth, because apparently it's fairly insecure, and it doesn't help when there's absolutely no pairing mode required to get it to work. So anyway, that was my big fun story. Oh, something I didn't follow up on, but I thought was interesting. If you remember, what's it been? A couple of months at this point? I had a warning on my car. My car gave me some sort of an evap system warning. I went and I plugged a little dongle in, and it said basically it could be this, could be that. And I remember talking about it on the show. It could be a $150 valve, or it could be a $1,000 evap system. But either way, your car won't pass smog testing if that light is on. And so I just kind of let it sit on. Everybody says it's fairly benign. It's not going to cause you any real damage to the vehicle, other than you probably won't be able to pass your smog inspection. But I just got smogged for 2 years, baby. I'm in no hurry to drop $1,000 for an evap freaking valve, or cleaning, or vent cleaning, or whatever it is there might be. Well, not that long ago, my car battery went dead, right? And I replaced it. And oddly enough, replacing the battery, the evap warning never came back. So this is a word to the wise. If you get one of these evap notices for your vehicle, late model Honda, right? Disconnect the battery for a couple minutes and put it back in. It may stay gone and just go away. I don't remember talking about that, but yes, it went away. So that was exciting. Save me money, or it'll probably pop up later, who knows. I've been playing the new Dying Light game, which The Beast Within. By the way, it's the same game, right? If you love Dying Light, the first one or the second one, it's the same game. So it's just another story, new map, same basic mechanics, same everything. So you can't, I mean, it's great. You get more of the thing that you love. Maybe a little on the expensive side. I mean, it's a $60 game. But I will tell you, though, this, and this is not my creation. I'm pilfering this from somebody else, but I find it interesting that there's all this ruckus going on about Borderlands 4, right? Oh, it's so unoptimized. It runs like shit, even on level hardware. It's got all these bugs. It's got this. It's got that. And everybody's all pissy about it. Well, along comes freaking Beast Within. Isn't a 5-year-old game or a 10-year-old game. Just came out. Brand new game. And it's not an indie game. And it's designed to have, high-res graphics. I mean, it doesn't have ray tracing yet, but they're talking about it. But this game runs like on a potato. And it looks fantastic. It's really funny that it takes something like that to come along and say, and sort of point at Borderlands and laugh at them and say, you can stop your fucking whining because nudge the evap warning, the low current from the dying battery causes glitches. Oh, well, I didn't think about that. That's a possibility too, huh? Just going to try to actually get my thing up here. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. I mean, I hadn't really put that together, but I'm willing to accept that as gospel on this one. That just means that I don't have to do anything with my evap system for a while. So thanks for that. But I thought it was really interesting that this Dying Light looks fantastic, plays great, performant as hell. I'm playing it at like maximum settings, 1440p. I've got a modest to decent rig, but it's no Guinness Book of World Record winner, But yeah, and it plays great. It looks great. There's an occasional traversal stutter. I got stuck behind a ladder one time so far. I'm like 13 hours in. That's what I did like all day yesterday being sick, because get this, not only does it outshine Borderlands 4, which is like cell shaded graphics. Cell shaded graphics. Boy, I'll tell you what, my brain is not picked up. It's not firing on all cylinders yet. But, you look at Borderlands 4, there's no reason that game should run like a piece of shit, other than the fact that look at the engine, right? I'm just saying. I know everyone loves some Unreal Engine, but shit, man. This homegrown engine that they're using for Dying Light, it looks great, performs great, and get this, it plays awesome on the Steam Deck. Brand new AAA game plays great on the Steam Deck because they gave a shit and actually spent the time to optimize it, or they're using a better engine, whatever. I don't know. My gaming programming days are long since past. But I found it really interesting that that there's this sort of back and forth going on, That Dying Light can pull it off, but not the great, immortal Borderlands. I don't know, whatever. I'm enjoying the game. Like I said, it's more of the same, and I'm all about more of the same. Just let me have more zombies to kill, more heads to crack, more beasting out to do. I'm a huge fan. So, yeah, if you're interested, great. If you want to wait for a deal, there's no deals anywhere, by the way, so you're going to pay full price. Yes, there is a deal, so you don't have to pay full price. And I will admit, I had a taste before I paid. So, but you got to be careful doing shit like that. Not for piracy or anything, but like, you can invest 5 or 6 hours into a pirated game and then go buy it and then realize, fuck, I've got to play that 5 or 6 hours all over again. So in this case, I got out of the tutorial. I got to the open world piece, and I'm like, this suits me, and I bought it. So there you go. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, So Krull came out on 4K Ultra HD. There's been a lot of great 4Ks. I knew September and October were going to be expensive months, and they are proving themselves right. Jesus. Put money out hand over fist. I missed Tron, so I had to pay for it. And when I say that, it means I had to pay like $5 or $6 more over retail in order to get one at all. Because it's Steelbook, which means all the weirdo collectors are out there getting it. And then, you know how Disney is, they do limited runs of shit. It was sold out like the day it was fucking announced, right? So you can go to Amazon and it's like, pre-order now. Somebody sent me a link. I looked at it and said, $40, you lost your fucking mind. And then I ignored it for like a week. Somebody came up and said, you better order now. And I'm like, fuck, FOMO got me. So I go back to order it, dead, gone, link's dead, no more. Let us know. We'll let you know when there's more in stock. So I finally found some place that's willing to send me one. It'll be a little bit later and it costs me $5 more, but at least it will come. But you know, I've showed off, like I had Xanadu come, I had Carrie 2 come, I had Creepshow 2 come, and now Krull. You know, Krull is an interesting movie. It's one of those movies like, and I know I posted this somewhere, talked about it. When Krull came out, I went to the theater to see Krull. I thought it was like fucking awesome. But right, you're captive audience and you're with your friends and you're a little fucked up. And so you go see Krull and it's like, this is so great. The chick is so hot. The glaive is the coolest weapon of all time. Oh my God, look at the giant fucking spider. And it was great, right? Then it came to home video. And of course I rented it and copied it and added it to my collective. And then I watched it a couple more times. And each time I watched it, it's kind of like, this isn't as good a movie as I remember. It's not like Vegas Vacation, where the more that you watch it, the better it gets. Krull sort of went the other way. And so I did pick it up like on DVD, of course. Watched it a time or two. Picked it up on Blu-ray. I'm not even sure I opened the Blu-ray. But I did pick it up because it was one of those childhood movies. And then, oh shit, I missed whoever put in the chat. Fucking sun's in my eyes, can't see anything. And so, of course, when it came out in 4K, I said, am I going to buy this again? Am I going to do that? Because that doesn't seem right. Maybe I shouldn't buy it again on 4K. Maybe I'll wait. It'll get dirt cheap in a year, and then I can pick it up. But once again, FOMO got me, and it's like, fine. If it's available, I will pick it up. Another Steelbook, by the way. Might as well start collecting the goddamn things now. I'm going to own enough of them. But it's like, okay, let's get that. So let me tell you a little something about Krull on 4K. First off, it's a much better movie than I remembered it being. And I'm not sure how that works out. Let's see, what do we got here? Henry Housen worked on Krull? I guess he did. Well, that makes complete sense. Yeah. The spider chick. Yeah. Oh my God. Let me just talk about Krull. So first off, Krull's got the coolest weapon ever fucking made, but you get to see it for like 2 seconds. It's one of those boss weapons, right? So you save it and you never use it. That's kind of what happens here. And they were really smart about that because the glaive would cost a lot of money as an effect. So they saved it till the end. If I give away spoilers, fuck it, the movie's like 100 years old. So the basic concept is this young king, this young guy's marrying the princess. The whole royal family gets slaughtered by these slayers, and he's suddenly now the king, and she's the queen. She gets taken by this creepy ass big old black beast, trotted off to the dark fucking tower, or the black tower in the middle of nowhere. The black tower constantly moves, so nobody can find the black tower. It's very clever. And so the young king wants to go rescue his young queen, and he's got to get a mismatch of fellow soldiers to help him out, but he has to go retrieve this magical weapon if he's going to have a chance, and it's the glaive. And you meet all these cool characters along the way, right? Liam Neeson's in there, which is bad. He's not a main character, but it's like, fuck, it's Liam Neeson. But the one that always gets me, and it's so weird, I've seen Krull probably 100 times, and I still always forget. They've got the sorcerer guy, he's like the shapeshifter, terrible shapeshifter. He's really bad at it, right? And but it's Charlie Bucket's teacher from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You know, the guy that was like trying to get him to talk about how many chocolate bars he opened, right? And it's like, fuck, I keep forgetting it's him. And you know, the effects are pretty good. They've got lots of stop motion going on, but they got a lot of practical effects going on. It's got a little tiny bit of sci-fi in there along with the fantasy, which, you know, has to be like a response to like Star Wars or something. Sorry, my throat's starting to go. But yeah, and so I'm watching this movie like sort of almost fresh and new on 4K. Got it on the big screen, right? It's not on my monitor or something like that. I got it on the big screen and I'm watching it and I'm going, shit, why did I not like this movie again? Why did I fall out of love? Because this movie's pretty good. And so I'm watching and I'm thinking, shit, you know, the color's really good on this. Right? If you read any review of Krull, they'll tell you the same thing. The color grading is amazing. It almost looks like a fresh movie. It's got plenty of grain, but not too much grain. From a technical standpoint, it's really good. But here's something that was kind of interesting, and now I've got to start looking for it in other older movies that get 4Ks. One of the signatures, if you will, of movies from that era is that they use a lot of matte paintings as backgrounds. Sometimes it is so good you can never see it. That's usually on the bigger budget stuff. And then sometimes it's like, it's pretty good, but you can still see it, right? You know for a fact. Like if you look at RoboCop and look at the matte shit that's in RoboCop, it is top fucking notch. But if you look at something, you know, like maybe, you know, Sword and Sorcery or one of these other, you know, Beastmaster, some of these don't look as good. I distinctly remember Krull not looking so good. But I'm watching this thing going, shit, I know that's a matte, but God, it looks really good. I wonder if David Batley, thank you. Yeah, David Batley. I never remember that guy's name. Love that guy. Of course you don't know. If you knew and I didn't know, then you'd be teaching me instead of me teaching you. And for a student to teach his teachers presumptuous and rude. Don't ask me how I remember that. I've seen Willy Wonka like a gajillion times. But anyway, yeah, and I mean, even the effects hold up really, really well. I mean, some of the choreography in the fights. Listen, the Slayers are sort of like really bad stormtroopers. They're just there for body count, and sometimes it's pretty bad. Yeah, Flash Gordon. Yeah, right. Yeah. Flash Gordon. That's another good one with the matte paintings. But anyhow, so I'm watching the movie and I'm all sucked in. Right. It's like late. I'm supposed to be going to bed, and I'm all sucked in. And I keep thinking to myself, I've got to see the Widow of the Web scene. I want to see how that holds up, because that's like a giant spider, stop motion, and I remember it being like this really cool scene. Just, you know, giant spider, come on. And so I'm up past my bedtime. It's a fucking school night, and I should be getting to bed, but I gotta wait and I watch it. And I said, God, shit, this looks really good. I don't remember it looking this good. I remember it looking shitty. So I don't know, and I'm gonna have to look it up at some point. I don't know if they tidied Krull up a little bit, or if it's just better. It's better than I remembered it. I don't know, but I was really impressed. I mean, even if the movie is like okay to you, it's they did a great job. I mean, probably better than the movie deserved, and you know, that's a beautiful thing. Okay, I'm off the main road. I can look at my freaking chats now. Let me see here. Come on. How do I get this thing out? There we go. Thing about the Slayers that made me them crazy. The fact they were just these weird burrowing roach things. Yeah. So they almost look like centurions, like not made out of metal, but they look like these big centurions with these big freaking like collars. But when you kill them, the body, they fall over. This big slug slides out of their fucking head and into the ground. It's creepy as fuck. And I think that they reused the same shot a couple of times of the thing crawling out of the guy's head. I think. I'm not gonna give it shit though, because it's that fucking cool. They do this little zoom up on it everyone that dies. It's good stuff. I'm gonna stop here for a minute because I'm gonna get too close to my Wi-Fi. But anyway, so yeah. So if you were sort of on the fence, thinking maybe I'll pass on Kroll in 4K, check it out. It's remarkably good. And like I said, the color's great. I mean, I don't think it's ever looked that good, period. So even at the theater. So if you're on the fence on that one. And something else I noticed there's two other things I noticed, and I'm going to get my ass home. One thing I noticed was, if you ever played the video game, they made a great video game, Pro. They did a fucking bang up job with that video game. I mean, it's lifted right out of the movie, almost like the movie was made for the video game, sort of like Tron. And the other thing that I've got to look up too, and one of you guys probably already know this, who's the goddamn music composer for Crow? My money says it's the same guy, or in close proximity to the guy that did the music for Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. I swear to God, I hear Search for Spock in that soundtrack all the time throughout the movie. But anyway, let me see. What else do I have on here? The only other thing I have is too long to cover for today. So we're going to wrap up the show, I think, and I'm going to go home and just curl up somewhere and possibly die. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Shane R. Monroe, Passenger Seat Radio. We'll see you next time. Take care.